My name is Annette. We are live at the Wholesale Shark studio. Today we have the pleasure of talking with both Cece and Jackie. Jackie is one of our newest team members. Jackie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Annette.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for being here today.
Cece, it's always great having you in the studio. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you. I'm so humbled.
Yeah, awesome. And then we also have Chris. Christian, how are you doing?
I am doing great. How are you doing, Annette?
Good. Thanks so much. So today, guys, just so that you know, Dispo Sharks, what we do here is we help y'all sell your deals. We never ask to be exclusive. We always ask just to be another option, an opportunity to get your deals sold. So today we're going to keep it real short, just kind of talk a little bit about our newest member of the team and also Cece, a little bit about what you do. You've been with us on other previous podcasts, but we haven't really got to talk about who you are and kind of your journey and stuff. So I would really like Jackie to kind of take over. I know that she has experience on these podcasts, right?
No, I just say go along that question, like, who is Sissy?
Oh, gosh, that's a complex question. I am just a Southern girl trying to flip out here in Arizona.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Flip, elaborate a little bit more on that. Are you looking to buy investment properties? Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Have you done anything in that?
I am a buyer.
Awesome.
And in the words of Templeton Walker, send me your deals.
Yeah.
He's made that so famous. I've been an interior designer for the last 12 years or so. And I was doing some work for flippers, and I thought, these guys are knuckleheads. And I mean, if they can do it, I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I woke up one day, and according to my dear friend Pace Morby, I did everything wrong. I called my realtor. I bought a house off the MLS. I was in a bidding war with 30 people. I pulled money out of my Fidelity account to do so, paid cash for it, rehabbed it. And I mean, I kind of lucked out with the market the way it is now and having a little bit of design experience and having worked for these flippers and knew what value to add to the property and what to kind of hold back on. And I decided ultimately to hold the property, and I have a renter in there now. I'm totally cash flowing, great money on it. But I had offers that were going to make me like $125,000, $130,000 on the property.
Wow.
Net.
Mm-hmm.
So
wow.
Yeah, it's been really, really fun. Had some definite hang-ups and hiccups along the way, but that's, part of the learning process, part of the curve.
Sure is.
But it was really fun. And I definitely understand why this is addicting.
Right.
Now, Cece, let me ask you a question. What is it that motivated you to go that route, to go the flipping route? Why is it that you decided to pursue that?
So I'm a single girl.
Okay.
My parents are gone. So I have an uncle that I love more than anything in the world.
Aww.
He and his husband are my only family.
Okay.
And I was thinking, as much fun as I have in life, I have not necessarily prepared myself for old age and my future. Like, I don't have kids. Who's going to take care of me when I'm old? I have to figure this out on my own. And how can I accumulate true wealth?
Right.
Not just a great paycheck, not just a great job, but actual wealth that will take care of me when I'm in the old person nursing home.
So you said some keywords, being alone and being a girl and being single. So how does that makes you have access to this world, to this field?
I don't feel like it's much of a benefit at all, actually. I do feel like it can be very much a boys' club. I was sharing.
So
here we go.
So why that?
Here we go. By the way, guys, everybody's watching. I'm just here to represent the manhood. Obviously, I'm surrounded by three beautiful women, but I'm just here to make sure that they don't start bashing on us. Okay?
No
So
male
why
bashing.
anybody was wondering why I'm here?
No male bashing. No male bashing. I am boy crazy. So trust me, there will be no male bashing.
Same.
Well,
But-
thank you.
Times two.
But from my perspective, I mean, it's obvious there are more men than women in the industry. And I totally understand why the guys like to hang out with the guys. They can talk their bro talk and talk about things they aren't appropriate for them to talk about when us ladies are present. I get it.
Yeah.
But that also does create a lot of bonds and friendships between those guys therefore they want to do business together. And us ladies are over here waving our arms like, hey, we're smart, we're
Keeping us
capable,
out
I
of
have
it.
money, I can, I can do what you're doing just as well as you're doing it. Just give me a chance.
So what have you done in order to be part of that chance or to even make the deals work?
I network. First of all, I am a people person and
Okay.
I hate small talk. I like to go deep with people. Like we met this afternoon and we're already talking about our entire life stories, right? And our dating and running,
And
being
everything.
runaway brides and this
Right.
and that. Like I like to go deep with people. I hate the small talk. I hate the surface stuff, and really getting to know who somebody is, and therefore what it is that drives them and motivates them, and therefore you can, in your deals, find a way to satisfy what it is that they desire in life and whatever it is that works for me at the same time.
You know, that actually makes it seem so genuine whenever you don't cut it to small talk.
Yeah.
I was at a networking event not too long ago, and they mentioned your network is your net worth,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Obviously, you're a firm believer of that, from what I could tell. And going deep in a conversation, actually
Mhm.
taking the time to actually get to know somebody,
Mhm.
not only opens the door to know exactly who that person is, but it makes them feel like, hey, this person's not just trying to get me on their cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not just trying to get my number or my Instagram. They actually care
Yeah.
for who the hell I am,
Yeah.
right? So that opens up the door for so much potential of business. And who knows, maybe making a new friend. So
Yeah.
and I mean, I've talked to you personally, and I know that you're a great lady. You literally talk about anything that you can possibly think of. So yeah, no, I completely support that.
Yeah, I am an open book. I mean, anyone can ask me anything and I'll tell you the truth. So be careful what you ask. You may
Ask
not
at
want that.
your own risk.
But yeah, like really establishing genuine connections with people, not just the, hey, what do you have for me?
The
Right.
business.
Yeah. I want to do business with my friends, which is why I get the boy club. Like I totally do. But it is sometimes frustrating.
No, and you know what? No, like, truthfully, like whenever I see somebody like in your position, just really briefly, I'm not going to go into it, but really briefly, my mother, she freaking raised 4 children by herself, working fields out in Yuma, Arizona. Like this woman was struggling. So I know firsthand what a woman can actually go through a struggle, and not only that, but how they're able to make it work.
Mhm.
So whenever I see somebody like in your situation, dude, like it's an applaud for sure.
And a lot of the
Respect.
ladies in the industry are connected to a man, right? Like their boyfriend does it, their
Yeah.
husband does it, they work for so and so, which is amazing and incredible, and they should utilize that.
It's nice
right?
to have the opportunity.
Yeah, they totally should take advantage of that. However, us totally single independent girls over here who don't have that are like, hey, So yeah, it can be tough.
So how do you divide, or do you manage your personal life to your professional life, and having that balance, like work and doing like home duties, and if in a relationship, those duties, and if kids, those duties? How do you
How do
manage
you balance?
work?
Well, I
and
don't
life?
have children. So that for me is a saving grace right now, where 4 nights a week I'm out networking.
No.
Okay,
Ooh.
nice.
Putting in that work.
Yeah.
at you, girl.
So
We need to go with her.
to
Right?
all the moms out there, like I don't know how you are doing it. If I can help you in any way, put my number on speed dial.
For
Mhm.
sure.
Like I have so much respect for the single moms and the moms in general who are out here trying to do this industry. It is tough.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough regardless. Even
Yeah.
even if you are, as you can, I'm pretty sure support it.
Yeah.
It's tough, just to get out there and actually meet these people.
Yeah.
Yet alone having all these things to have to worry about. So I mean,
And when I walk into a room that I don't know anyone that's going to be there,
mhm.
it can be intimidating. I mean, 80%
Yeah.
of the room
Yes.
is men. They're all more experienced than me. And, they're using words and jargon that sometimes I don't know. And I feel too embarrassed to ask,
ask.
what does that mean? All these initials and abbreviations. I mean, I went to probably 5 Soul Pod meetings before I knew what a VA was because I was too embarrassed to ask.
Oh, wow.
And I'm gonna give you the contrary on that one. I feel like as a man, not knowing and actually okay, so I'm just gonna put it to you in this way. If a girl were to come up to me and say, "Oh, what are you guys talking about?" I'm gonna find it cute. As a man, I'm gonna find it cute. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll teach you." If a guy comes over and talks to me, I'm expecting him to already know what he's talking to me about.
Okay, but that's the thing,
you have an
Christian.
advantage, you guys.
I don't want to be cute. I want to be respected, and I
Boom.
want to be thought of as capable.
And you're putting in the knowledge
And I
to do it.
want to be thought of as a valuable resource. I
Boom.
want people to know that when they call me,
And
I
you'll be in
will.
business.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
There you have it.
So I don't want to be cute.
Okay.
And not all guys are the same.
True.
Like,
Maybe
yeah,
I
she
just-
may be, oh, how cute. She doesn't know. Yeah, she doesn't know. I'm not going to do business with her. Like, that's not
Right.
a good look.
I'm just all I'm saying is, sometimes we think a different way that you guys might be thinking that we're actually thinking,
Yeah.
but it's not always negative.
You
Well,
guys
I
are
think
from
I think
Mars,
it definitely
right?
takes a level of confidence. Being in
Oh,
this
for
industry,
sure.
you have to have a level of confidence of
Mhm.
like that you don't know, so ask it in confidence. I think it's all
Mhm.
about delivery, especially in a room. You're gonna have to kind of analyze the room a little bit
Yeah.
and see like how to present the question so that they do receive it as like, oh, she just wants to know and to respect you.
Right.
So I think it's all about like delivery and confidence for sure,
Right.
especially in a woman's position.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in our positions, like being a relationship manager, that's kind of our whole thing is to go and meet new people at all times and build relationships.
Mhm.
So I found in my time being with the company is like confidence is so key.
Oh, yeah.
Like you have to be confident, and even if you don't know, like kind of pretend
Fake
that
it
you
till you
know.
make it.
Yeah, fake it till you make
Yeah.
it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
There's nothing wrong with that because eventually you will know.
and it 100% takes like you getting out of your comfort zone to be able to make your place like in this industry.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Getting
Yes.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's really that it.
And having come from a career that I was very successful at
Mhm.
and came kind of easily to me, and I was probably the person using words and acronyms that other people didn't know. It is humbling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very humbling. And you have to allow yourself to be that.
Mhm.
Yes, fake it while you make it, but also you have to be humble enough to admit,
Right.
okay, I don't know everything about this. I need to ask questions and
Mm.
finding the right people to ask the questions.
Yeah,
to.
100%. And I also think like do your part of your own research. Like
Mhm.
try to
Right.
get yourself so informed so that you could go into that room and have
Yes.
some sort of like base, I guess, understanding, basic
Mhm.
understanding. So for sure though.
Oh yeah, definitely. You definitely want to make sure you prepare yourself,
Mhm.
right? Do your due
Do the
diligence. Do your homework. Yes, exactly. Do your homework. But at the end of the day, it's like it's gonna end up coming into like how you present it, what type of value you're adding to yourself,
Mhm.
so that
Yeah.
others can see that value in
Yes.
you.
And then usually, because we don't want to look cute, then we ask other girls around, right? Like, what's
Mhm.
going on? What is this about? But then at times, those girls see you either, I don't know, like being part of this organization or looking prettier or she has this or she has that. And they don't
Right.
like give that,
Exactly.
I don't know, information or support a lot of the times. And that's what we were talking earlier about, like a lot of people like just like hating and jealousy and all that stuff.
You bring up a really good point, and ladies, let me ask you all three, seeing how I have the perfect setup to be in this situation. So okay, so as men, a lot of times we think, you know what, girls, they like to gossip, they like to this and like that, and I'm not saying that that's reason why they don't do business or we do business. I'm not saying none of that stuff. I'm just saying, if you in all your own humble opinion, of course, if you guys see another woman doing better than you're doing, what is your automatic mentality or thought? Do you want to approach that person and see what they're doing, or is it I'm be a little bit of a hater sometimes, like in general, not you ladies, obviously you all very talented, but in general, what would you guys say as far as like maybe your friends or families or somebody you related to in the past? And because I think honestly, like, and I'm gonna be completely frank with you. In the past, what I've experienced, and I've worked for multiple companies, right? In the past, mostly in the banking industry, but in general, whenever there was a dispute, in most cases, it dealt with a woman having beef with somebody else, with
Another
another woman.
girl.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because of jealousy, because of wanting their position, whatever the case might have been. And from what I've seen, this is generally speaking, bros were always bros. It's kind of like, we didn't really care, like, oh,
Yeah.
whatever, dude, you do you, boo boo,
Yeah.
kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
So, hold up. Is your question just asking, like, if we're seeing somebody excel, like, how does it make you feel?
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for wrapping that up for me.
No, I was like, I feel like
In
it
other
goes circles
words,
a little
you
bit.
Like, in other words, I just didn't want
Yeah.
it
No.
to come out like I was being rude, but
Yeah.
yes, you
No,
hit the-
we do straight talk here, Christian.
Yeah.
Just
Thank you.
To be
Straight
honest,
to the point.
I mean, for me, anyways, I definitely want to surround myself with people that are on a higher level. Like,
Boom.
I don't ever want to be in the same room as somebody that I would consider on my level.
Boom.
Because how are you supposed to excel? How are you supposed to upgrade or level up or anything like that if you're surrounded by people
Exactly.
that are on the same level, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
if I see anybody that is accomplishing a goal that I'm trying to reach or anything like that, like, I want to be friends with them. I want to associate myself with them.
Right.
Because naturally you'll reach that goal if you're around it.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
Surround yourself by
Yeah,
people you
But
want to be.
I know kind of the point you're trying to get. Like, I'm sure there are people that would probably get jealous or stuff. But I think it's all about mindset,
I think-
and a
yep.
maturity level. Like,
Yeah. And
grow
I,
up.
I think it goes vice versa. I mean, the way of how you support the other person. If you win, I win, and that's it.
Yeah.
That end of the story. Like, there's
Mm-hmm.
no like jealousy or even like coming into the team and being new, like asking her questions. It's like, hey, yeah, like I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm asking. It's like,
Mhm.
no, ask anything you want. So it's just knowing that you can ask and you can feel
Right.
comfortable enough for them to be mature enough too, and say like, yeah, like I want you to succeed.
Yeah, and
with
honestly,
me.
I think you hit it right in the head because it's literally, I think it just comes to a maturity of
Mhm.
a
Well,
person.
I also think we should acknowledge that it is natural to feel, oh, that's so great for her, but what about me?
Mm-hmm.
It's what you do with that feeling that matters.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Like,
How you take it and run with
yes,
it.
when I see, like, when I came in last week and I saw Annette sitting at the table, like, being a boss. I hear her on the phone with people and she's like, no, that's not going to work for us. Call us back. Bye. Like, she is on her shit. She knows
she's
what
the
she's
boss.
talking about.
I appreciate it,
I-
Cece.
Yes. When I have conversations with, like, Shireen, Dora, who everybody knows, this woman is talking like next level deal negotiation and, strategy, problem solving. And when I see that, it inspires me. And I think, yes, if she can do it, so can
Yep.
I.
Yep.
But that's not to say there is never a moment where I think,
Mm-hmm.
or it feels like everyone around me is reaching the levels that I want to reach, and it's like, oh, what am I doing
When
wrong?
is it
What
my
about
time?
me?
Yeah.
How you take
I
it
don't
in.
want to take it away from them, and I cheer for them, and they are doing everything they should be doing, and I want to study them and stalk them
Right.
and mimic everything that they're doing that's bringing them success.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want us to pretend like that feeling doesn't exist.
Right.
No, yeah, it's
Because
it definitely should be acknowledged.
That wouldn't
And
be authentic.
and that's why my
That
question was
wouldn't
valid.
That wouldn't be authentic. But what you do with that feeling
Exactly,
is what
yes.
matters. Do you use
How do
it
you manage
to
it?
motivate you and
Or do
to
you use it
propel
negatively?
you forward, or do you use it to like sabotage them
Mhm.
and do that gossip thing
Right.
that women sometimes do?
Well, I think that's where it comes to point, like, are you mature or not?
Yes.
Exactly.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, and you're right.
And how confident are you with yourself
exactly.
that you may not be there right now, but you are on your way there?
There you go.
That
100%.
too.
Well said.
Talking about success, vice president being a woman. What do you think about that? Is there inspiration?
I love the fact that we have a female in the White House in presidential capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I don't know if she is the woman that I would
Wanna
have
be.
chosen
Okay.
to be in that position, but I love that we are making strides in that direction. Like, we had a black president, now we have a female vice president. What's going to be next? Like,
Female
Just
president.
breaking the
inclusiveness.
norms.
One of
Yeah,
the
I go
most
to-
successful countries in Chile is actually has a woman president, and they're doing great. I mean, they don't need anything from anybody. So, hey,
I
shoot,
go
why
to
not?
Burning Man every year, and we live by principles on the playa.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is radical inclusion. Like, it does not matter who you are on the playa. If you could be Brad Cooper, you could be Jeff Bezos, Paris Hilton hangs out at my camp and has camped there. Nobody gives a shit who you are by name and status. People care how you act, how you present yourself, how you treat others. And that, I think, is most important.
Yeah.
Like, I love that we have a woman in presidency. Was she the best candidate? I don't know.
You don't know. Yeah.
But whoever is best for it is who I want for it.
regardless of
Yeah.
whatever they are. Yeah.
Like, yeah, for sure.
No, I
And
agree.
inclusion, like to not exclude anyone from the position just because they are a certain ethnicity, color, sex, trans,
Amen.
gender,
Yeah.
like,
Do you-
none of that matters.
Do you
So,
think that matters
me.
in this field?
What?
Like ethnicity, culture, race, age?
So I can only speak from the perspective of
From your experience,
a
of
white
course.
girl.
Yeah.
I can't speak from any other perspective in that
Mhm.
regard. And my age is kind of right in the middle of the road.
Okay.
There are a lot of flippers and people in the industry younger than me, and there are quite a few older than me. So I can't say from that perspective either. I don't want to speak on things that I've not experienced. I don't think that's fair to people who are having that
Mhm.
experience. Which is why I can really only speak on the gender thing.
I think that from what I notice within the industry is that it ultimately comes down to who makes the most noise. I mean, it's like regardless of who you are, what you believe in,
How you
what you
look.
decide to do with your
Mhm.
life. At the end of the day, if you're the one that's making noise, I want to do business with you.
Well, one thing I do love, like when you walk into
Yeah.
a networking room, like at the Sharks
Mhm.
event last week, I came in a little bit late, and I look around the room.
I saw you
and-
walking in late, by the way.
Yes, yes.
Just kidding.
I think you were.
She
my
was
first
early this
step.
time.
I think you were my
Yes,
first
yeah,
step.
I was your first. Oh, I feel
Um,
blessed now.
You see so many different colors of people.
Mhm.
You see so many different ages of people, and everyone has a story.
Mhm.
Like Annette shared a little bit of hers.
Oh,
Like, oh my God, how inspiring is that?
I appreciate it.
And my good friend and my mentor, Ray Spencer, he went from gangs in prison to running a multi-million-dollar business. Like, hell yes, dude.
Right.
Like, talk
That's
about
awesome,
turning your
yeah.
life around. And this industry can give anyone an opportunity if you want it badly enough.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. If you
It
put in the
doesn't
work.
discriminate in those ways. And I love that.
Carlos Reyes said it not too long ago, actually, in our podcast. They asked him a question from the audience. Where do I find the motivation to do what you're doing, wake up every day, find whatever? And his response was exactly that. Well, you have to come to a self realization. How badly do you want it? It's like, because at one point, it's like maybe not anymore because I already made it. I feel like I made it. I'm still making
Mhm.
other things or whatever, but I woke up every day willing to die for it.
Mhm.
Like literally, it came down to like, what are you willing?
Wow.
How badly do you want it to where you're actually gonna make it happen for yourself?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a big statement.
Well, most
I'm
people
willing to
that are
die
very,
for it.
very successful in the industry reached like a level of realization, right? Like they were like, oh my God, they reached either rock bottom or they went through something
Mhm.
very traumatic or something that
Right.
lights a fire in them that makes them actually pursue
Yes.
to be successful. So yeah.
And I think going back to what you said about the other statement is, I guess it comes down to how you're going to use that to your advantage. Are you going to use
Mhm.
that to, blemish yourself, blemish your life to where you're now a bad person with bad mentality because you had a rough upbringing or whatever, or are you going to use it to bring you up and use it as
And
fuel
build it.
to make it up to the top?
Yeah, 100%.
I love that.
So Jackie, I know that you had a few questions for Cece.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna ask you, what advice do you have for all those girls that would like to be in this field, or even like just me that I just started, and what advice would you give to a person that would want to be in this industry?
The best advice I could give is exactly what Christian said earlier. Educate yourself
Mm-hmm.
so that when you walk into these rooms, you're bringing some sort of value. And networking. Find the people. They say your vibe attracts your tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Find your tribe.
I like that.
Find your people.
Can we quote that one, please?
Your
one is
vibe
really good.
attracts your tribe. Meaning, we're all energy, right? As human beings, we're all
Yes.
energy. And energy has a vibration. And some of us vibrate like I'm a really high vibrator. Like I'm
Well, it's different
always
frequencies.
Yes, I'm always
Mhm.
on like 8, 9, or 10. Some people are
That's
way
nice.
more chill and they're on like 2, 3, 4. It doesn't have a necessarily equate to productivity level, just your like, your aura that people are attracted to. Walk
Mhm.
into these rooms and find the people who are vibing at the same vibration as
That
you.
energy.
Those are your people, and learn from them. Be quiet in the conversations. Listen. You can fake it till you make it to a point, but if you're too busy running your mouth, acting like you know everything,
Mm-hmm.
you're not
You're
gonna
not gonna learn anything.
learn.
Yeah.
And was it Mark Twain who said, "Better to be quiet and thought a fool than to speak and be proven a fool"?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, just listen. And there is an appropriate time to ask questions for sure, and you have to do that. That's part of the educating yourself process. But just being in the room, being open to learning, being humble enough to understand this is new and you're not going to know everything,
Mm-hmm.
and finding your people that you trust, that
Right.
you feel comfortable asking those questions to, and who would be willing to allow you to call them. Hey, I have a deal. I don't even know the first thing to do. There are people out there who are going to say, yeah, sure, I'll help you. I want 60% of the deal, or click.
Oh, gosh.
There are going to be other people who say, you know what? I remember getting my first deal and having no clue what to do. Let me help you through this one.
That's right.
Well, I think it all goes back to like that initial relationship you build with that person, right?
Yeah,
Like, are you personable, or are you just asking to take?
right.
Right?
What are you giving in return?
100%.
Yeah.
What value you're bringing
Yeah.
to that particular person, you know,
Mhm.
and not just looking at him as another deal, but
Right.
actually looking at him as like, you know,
As
what,
a
how
human.
am I going to make you grow as a wholesaler, as an individual, as whatever it is we're trying to accomplish. Which, by the way, brings up a very good point. I'm going to give you a very, very brief um, pause. I'm actually inviting everybody. I don't know if you guys are aware. Actually, inviting everybody that is actually struggling with a particular deal. They're struggling with, you know, picking up the phone and calling anybody. Where I'm actually hosting at any given time, you know, a free call for you guys. So if anybody's struggling with any
Nice.
particular, you know, reaching out to somebody, you know, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you out. By the way.
That's awesome.
I think that's another answer to Jackie's question. Like, what advice do I have? Once you start acquiring some knowledge, once you start forging those relationships, and someone looks to you as, oh, like you were looking at all those people the first time you walked into a room,
Mhm.
grab someone by the hand and take them along on the journey.
Do the same. Pay
Yes,
forward.
pay
Pay back.
it
Yeah.
forward 1,000%. Remember what it was like walking into your first room, not knowing
Right.
Jack from Jack, and feeling so intimidated and scared. And when you see someone in the room with that blank look on their face of shit, I think I'm in the wrong place, assure them that they're not and bring them along on the ride. I mean, that we get so much further together than we do on our own, and it is so cliche, and everybody says it, and it sounds like yada yada yada, but it is so
But it's
true.
Yeah.
And my mom used to tell me all the time, if you do not share the blessings that God has given you,
That's
God
right.
will take them away.
Yeah.
If you do not appreciate and you do not share them,
Oh yeah.
you will find yourself with less and less blessings.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, it costs nothing to be nice, right? So it's like
That's right.
just a simple hello, or just being more personal or inviting doesn't cost much,
And you know
or
what?
nothing at all.
Bringing up a quick point, and I actually saw this in a fortune cookie, so don't quote it, but it's actually a very short quote, and I try to live by it. And everybody here since I started was a living example of that particular quote. And the quote says this: "It is nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice."
Yes.
And everybody that I've met so
That's
far,
nice.
God bless you, but everybody that I've met so far has been a perfect example of that, and it feels so comfortable to be, you know, surrounded by
Mhm.
these people. So yeah,
That's awesome.
for sure.
Yeah. I mean, would you rather people walk away from you saying, oh my gosh, she's such a boss. She does 1 million deals a year, but man, she is a bitch. Or would you rather
Right?
people walk away from you saying, oh my God, she is the most awesome person I've ever met in my life. And she's a boss and she does 1 million
Yeah.
deals a year.
Right.
She's
Definitely,
such
like
a
the
bad-
imprint we leave on others is so
Mhm.
important.
Mhm.
I know you had a few more questions before we wrap it up.
To be a leader, what do you think it takes to be a leader? In general, not just girls, but just a leader.
Like qualities,
Mhm.
characteristics.
I think having a vested interest in other people is the number one quality of a leader. Like actually caring about the lives that you are changing with your actions and your words, knowing that people are looking up to you and are mimicking that and making moves accordingly. I think that probably is the number one quality in a leader.
I think that's awesome. That's amazing.
I agree.
Anything else that you would like to add?
Any closing statement before we wrap
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Let me just say that coming into the Sharks office is an experience. If any of you ever get the invite, like I feel silly having the number of deals that I have under my belt sitting here. There are so many people I feel like are more worthy of being on the Sharks podcast with these incredible people. It is so humbling. But if you have the chance, if you are invited, do not say no. They are literally like a family here. Annette has been, like we were talking, I came in the other day. Annette's the only girl in here bossing all these boys around. She could have been like, who's this chick think she is? This is my office. I run the show in here. No other women in here. And she has totally embraced me. All of you guys have. It is an experience. These guys know what the hell they're doing. These are the people who you want to be around. These are the people who are willing to help you. These are the kind of people that you need in your tribe.
If there's definitely one thing I could say is that CC, your energy is just so vibrant.
Oh yeah.
And you just
so
you just have such a positive attitude, and I think that's why we are so inviting to, because we want people like that in our realm, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just light up a room, and you're just so friendly and a natural on these podcasts. So it's a pleasure to always have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely.
We all have a story. We've all dealt with shit, right? Like I have almost died twice. I've had cancer, and it is intense, and it is scary, and it changes who you are as a human being. It changes your perspective.
Yeah. And it takes a lot to
Yes.
even talk about it.
Yeah. And so, you realize how small the things are, all the things, really, how small they are.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just, I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's nothing like once you go through something like that, there's really nothing that can really stop you.
Yeah, it's that's nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, somebody told me no. Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
I was about to die twice. I don't care.
Like, if I kicked cancer in the ass, I can buy some freaking houses and
boom.
flip them. I mean, come on now.
Right?
I mean,
For sure.
come on now. I can figure this out.
No, well, thank you for sharing that with us.
we can see the hustle, the integrity, the respect, the being positive, being all those core values that we have here. We can see them in you too.
Thank
so
you. Thank you
awesome.
guys.
I think you're amazing, and I 100% know that this year has a lot of blessings for you. I know that for sure you're going to get a lot more deals, and hopefully we'll have the chance to work together.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stay in touch.
Definitely.
Jackie, did you have any closing statements?
No, that will be it. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Christian?
No, I want to just thank everybody for the opportunity to get us in your guys' computer or wherever it is that you guys are watching us. Thank you very much for joining us, and go ahead and wrap it up.
And there was no male bashing.
And there wasn't any. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate
We
it.
love the boys,
To be
especially the cute ones.
To be continue.
Guys, I just want to thank you for all those that are tuning in. We, of course, will be streaming this live on our Instagram. We also will be streaming this on SoundCloud, YouTube, all the other platforms, I guess, social media platforms.
Yeah.
So definitely subscribe, tune in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you, guys. Bye.